Well, good evening, you sad souls that have happened upon this live, or dare I say, even the replay gang, or whatever you kids are saying out there in TikTok land. I'm an old disheveled, absolutely just under the weather, feeling out of touch, disenfranchised. But I'm here. I hit the live button because I said earlier during a rant from my mysterious workplace that I had a few things I wanted to share, talk about, and yes, they are most likely going to be items that could maybe provoke some people, and also what I'm looking forward to: Bass Girl, Actions, and other amazing people like those two legends. Salute, legends. I don't know if I know Bass Girl was there. Actions, my brother. I hope all is well. Happy New Year. I know we've gone through this rigmarole. Why did I say that word and butcher it? Rigmarole already. But again, Happy New Year's, and I hope it is bringing nothing but joy to everybody. So I'm going to dive right in. I have been going through rabbit hole after rabbit hole, and right now it seems to have taken me to the UK of all places. I'm going to hit a certain button, and I know that you're going to see everything, all these things. What's up, Lewis? You freak of nature. Whatever it is, I wanted to show first and foremost the footage that let me full screen. What I'm about to show is footage that should piss off everybody, alarm everybody. We don't want to see what we're about to see, that is an everyday occurrence in the UK, become the status quo slash norm here in the US. I'll use some, maybe some people may accuse me of being hyperbolic here, but let me use the backdrop. Okay, you connect the dots if you want. Mandani, Ilhan Omar, the Somalia shit in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I'm getting my M's mixed up. Okay, let's look at it all in totality and tell me. I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm just painting the pictures. And you can't dissuade me from thinking that it's already the status quo. If you talk out against a specific religion of peace, you feel grossly uncomfortable, maybe, or in danger, or you get a certain amount of hate. And I've been blessed enough to see what that looks like on Stuck in the Middle, when we are blessed with a good algorithm, and we have thousands upon thousands of people that claim to represent Islam. I'll go as far as giving the grace and saying alleged, not saying that my understandings and my examples are not true. So with that, here's the picture I painted.
This is
Very important. Okay, there's no trigger warning necessary, and I want to make sure what I'm showing is being seen. So the picture I'm painting here is how in the UK, and almost, just about damn near everywhere in the world, this is how they roll, this is how they practice. Yes, moderate Muslims exist. That is a thing. It is not made up. It is not a fantasy. What I want to make clear: when you have 1.9 billion of a people that think and pray and just believe a certain way, the 15 to 25% that makes up the radical percentage, they end up being the louder and obviously most dangerous portion. So what happens to all the others? You say, what is 15 to 25% out of 1.9 billion? I am not a mathematician. I didn't get past algebra 1B. I'll say let's say it's maybe 300 million out of 1.9 billion. That's a lot. That's a lot. So everybody outside of that 300 million becomes irrelevant because they're not doing enough. So here, tail of the tape. This is the kind of manipulation that's going on. You need to know, it's important that everybody knows, parents or just anybody that's just using the net that feels vulnerable, they are targeting you. And what you're about to see is an individual who you look at this, you think, okay, mentally unstable, absolutely, but just how bad you'll have no idea until I'm glad to say it, not till it's too late, but you'll see. So let me let it roll.
This is for you, Tommy. In the name of Allah, the death angel doesn't care if you're big. I will cut your mother. I'll rip, you will eat your mother. I'm telling you, I will kill you and take your merchandise. You better pray 2 rakats, you bloody kuffar. You better pray to your Lord.
Bloody kafar. Be familiar with the terms. These are the terms that are used to non-believers, all right? And if you're referred to as that, just know you are absolutely dispensable, mutable, malleable. They can make of you whatever they want. You're trash. You are a pawn. It goes deeper than non-believer.
Because I will kill you and...
So this was going on. By the way, these videos and this individual, to me, looks dangerous. I'm not thinking about how well in his mind he is, aside from dangerous. That's the first thing that sticks out. Emboldened enough to go ahead and make him extremely public. This was getting posted on Twitter, on X. All right. And so immediately, I don't know, this shit is taken seriously, at least I think. Am I wrong? In the US, right? I've seen the FAFO examples again and again all over the place. So this is what goes down in the UK. So let's see what happens when the individual being targeted, who happens to be a beloved individual in charge of a movement that I think is one of the most important things at this current decade. Let's see what happens.
You're talking about killing my kids. How have I found you before the police have found you? How have I got you here before...
A pro-Islamist man openly vowed to kill Tommy Robinson.
I will be skipping a lot of the AI garbage here. Shout out to this channel, by the way. Just AI, blah. But here we go. I'm going to let some play, and then I'm going to just mute or skip it, I should say, till we get to the confrontation.
Robinson online, and before he could turn around, he was tracked down, confronted, and eventually taken into police custody. What started as another internet threat quickly turned into something far more serious.
At the start of this week, we had the start of the Darren Osborne terror trial. That's for the outside Finsbury Park Mosque. Now, I was falsely accused to be sending direct messages to Darren Osborne by the media and by the CPS. What this has resulted in is a mass backlash against...
Now, if you follow Tommy for any length of time, you already know this isn't new.
I really don't like that AI voice, and the bass is out of control, but unnecessary context.
And you can hear it in his voice. He's tired, angry. But more than anything, he's worried. Not about himself, but about his family.
Angry,
which were very unpleasant. What worried him most wasn't criticism aimed at him personally.
I'm going to skip all of that, guy.
It was the way his family was...
This is for you, Tommy. In the name of Allah, the death angel doesn't care if you're big. I will cut your mother. I'll rip, you will eat your mother. I'm telling you, I will kill you and take your merchandise. You better pray 2 rakats, you bloody kuffar. Pray to your Lord. Because
bear in mind that there is a group behind this individual. You're going to learn a lot more. This is like an onion, and it gets peeled, and there's layers. It's very depressing, disheartening, and insane. But there's groups, and I'm so glad. It was only today, like a few minutes before I went live, I saw Tommy Robinson's YouTube channel, and he names it Ali Zarqawi, a name that I said earlier, and I was uncertain if that was the accurate name. That is the name of this asshole who is doing everything in his power and very, very publicly, very brazenly to get Tommy put in harm's way. Only he doesn't want to get his own hands dirty. Like most of these assholes. Like most of anybody in a position of influence and power.
I will kill you and take your merchandise. If you was me, you'd kill people because you're big. I will stab his tweezers, snatch it, so chew it. And his death will come with my hand.
This person wasn't just leaving comments.
Shut up.
He was sending stable. At the same...
It's resulting in an innocent family being scared in their home. Now, Ali...
Right. And the crazy kid person dude was Ali Zarqawi, which is not the individual. He put an innocent family's address under the pretense that Tommy Robinson was there. So an innocent family got targeted. Imagine how far that could have gone. Imagine the worst case scenario. This is worse than swatting. I'd say at least with swatting, there's a 50-50 chance. If we go in this direction, the 15 to 25% of barbarians were lowering that life expectation.
Dower, who's a Muslim YouTuber, has been going to the wrong address, highlighting the wrong property, saying it's mine. That's resulting in an innocent family being scared in their home and having to have police protection. Even after he realizes that, still right now, he's putting out another wrong address, which is not my address, it's not where I live, another wrong door number, and banding it about. Now, with that, with all of the death threats, with people threatening to kill my family, and now with innocent people's...
No government intervention, no police intervention. People are too afraid of being labeled Islamophobic. People are too afraid of being called racist. Nobody wants to report on this shit, so it's left to this warrior. I would shake this man's hand. I wish I could work for him. I wish I could start some kind of chapter here for him. I mean, when I say this dude's inspired me, I could not... It downplays the level that he has inspired me watching what he does.
Addresses being put online, I have a duty to try and stop all of this. So I made the decision.
These addresses were being shared online by a well-known pro-Islamist commentator with claims that they belonged to Tommy. Point, Tommy said messages.
Instructed him. Do you want me to read you what he said?
Apologies, bear with me with the skipping. It's better than just waiting for him to finish. It's just useless context, and until I find original clips, this will be it for the time being. But this story, I think, is just so damn important. And just like the ending, the confrontation, to me, is so worth it. It just shows you how easy it is to find a mark, someone who's easily manipulated and that lonely or whatever it is, to feel like they're a part of something larger, especially when they're on the spectrum, by God. And yeah, I just gave some information away. The dude is on the spectrum.
He's messaging me, normally if you're good, I will still kill your mother, chop her, burn her, cook her. Your daughter, who's a piece of shit, slaughter her neck. She will, I will chop that fat little hairy cunt and cook her with her own saucepan. I'll make all of his stuff. Then he's making
Sorry.
religious. It's all religiously motivated. So after a little wait, the police have arrived, and I thought it's best to.
This is depressing. This is sad, and you're gonna see the lackluster passion. You know, like we all know passion when we feel it regarding all the shit that we see. You know, day in, day out. The majority, I think, people know that I am politically incentivized, and there's certain things I just want to see before I die. These police are just they're collecting a check, and they're not trying to step on any eggshells. And the fluff they give Tommy over this is the most serious of threats. Okay, that we don't know anything about the individual. The shit that they sell him just to placate him pisses me off to no end. We're next, America. We are so next.
Try and do this the right way. I'm trying to do this all the right way. So let's sit down, talk to the police, and see if they can do their job. He's then specifically saying he's going to kill my mum. There's other videos of him saying he's going to kill my mum. There's all these different videos. Now, my kids are at school, my wife's at school, my mum and dad are around. Yeah, he may look like an idiot, but it's these.
Then came another unsettling moment when a garage worker working on his car contacted him to say they'd found something attached underneath that didn't seem right.
At this point, they seem to be taking everything seriously. When I mentioned to them about the tracker, and in my voicemails, I had a message from the owner of the garage saying, we've stopped working on your car because we've found something on your car that doesn't look like it should be on your car. Oh, he said it's stuck on the double-sided tape. Could it have been in here? Oh, there you go. Oh, that's it. Hold on. Where was it?
It was in here.
Yeah.
What's that? It was in here.
It was in here.
Police were called and the vehicle was
I can see you guys now with the comments as I play this, as I go on my rants. Ringo, I'm glad you made it, brother. Let me see just anything. Corbin, what's up, brother? Barry, the one and only, my effing Wood. Pooh, aka DJ Bricks, all of you, God bless. God bless. This is what I set out to do. Don't allow foreigners in. At least Donald Trump has a backbone. I could not disagree. What's up, Elise? God bless you. Good to see you, Sir Jackie. You know, normally back in my liberal days, which was when what is it? Bernie Sanders, me going door to door in the fucking South in Florida. Will you vote for Bernie Sanders? To think all it took was fact checking the mainstream media and feeling pushed out of my own party to change my tune. But anyway, I would normally say, oh, that's too heavy handed. I ain't about that shit. Trump has been heavy handed. He has been a man of action. He has not been a man of apology. He has been simply somebody that sets out with a plan of action and he does it. And damn the consequences, damn the feelings. Okay, this is logistics, strategy, facts, and at the end of the day, what's best for this country, for us, for the American people. No matter how many TDS liberals are going around thinking their tears are going to do a motherfucking thing, or how many moronic Antifa fools. So I don't want to go on a separate tangent. You guys see that? And this will be brief. You guys see that shitty ass movie with Leonardo DiCaprio? It's basically a romanticized movie about Antifa. It's a love story about Antifa and how they're whooping ICE's ass. Oh my god, it was the cringiest thing I've ever seen. What a waste, Hollywood. What are you doing? They're so out of fucking touch. So out of touch. Imagine if they actually caught wind of like where the wind's really blowing. But that's not their style. They're too fucking evil. Okay, back to the footage.
Examined. For Tommy, this added to a growing sense that things were moving far beyond online chatter. Despite all the
You're British, then Sir Jackie, I don't know if you are the individual I've been talking to. There is a show I do. This is just like a vlog channel, but there's a show named Stuck in the Middle. We have 5 guests slotted, and one of them is somebody that lives in the UK. His first name is Peter, and he just wants to tell us everything that's been going on. And I know what you say, and you mean what you say. You guys are like third-class citizens. I've seen enough with my own eyes. We need to expand upon this message, and the telltale warning signs have been there. We're far beyond that. Okay, so yes, now it's about organization and messaging, getting everything out there, funding, whatever it takes, and control the fucking border.
fear and frustration, he makes an important point.
They sent officers straight away to seize the car, forensics, and to...
I don't blindly agree with Trump on everything. I've been struggling with him in general. People are tired of hearing this, but people, you got to get over the fact that you don't have to wholesale love everything about anybody. We're all infallible, even the people we vote for, even the ones we want to support the most. So shit, yeah, there's some things about Trump regarding, fuck it, I know people hate hearing it, anything Epstein related, and I know they're waiting for a big gotcha there, and I don't like the way he talks too much, but you know, overall, I support him. When I could put him right next to the fucking Democrats, yeah, I'm picking Trump. So I just like to make that clear.
Seize the tracker. It looks like we're getting somewhere.
I know there is a lot of other things going on behind the scenes that you're not even aware of right now. Okay. So don't think that me just sitting here is the only person that's got any.
Here's the empty promises, and before you get to hear all this bullocks, so to speak, Sir Jackie's saying, put it this way: illegal immigrants get put in 4-star hotels, 3 meals a day. Yeah, we have homeless people with nothing, and they take winter payments away from old people. This is exactly what we were essentially seeing when Biden. It brings me nothing but depression when I remember that Biden was our president, the laughingstock. We were the weakest looking nation. We were we were the circus. We were the clowns. We were not even the ringleader. We were the fucking circus. Yeah, we actually had something very similar, if not the damn same. They were granted access to nice hotels, dental care, literal dental care. Working class Americans don't all fucking get that shit. That's what was going on back in the Biden days. So yeah, thank God for Trump taking a strong armed approach towards immigration, because I don't want to see what's happened in Canada, in France, in the UK. I mean, just name the European country. Throw the fucking dart at the wall and see which one it hits, and you tell me what's going on there.
The involvement with this.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I've got inspectors, I've got sergeants all on this as well. I've got the Intelligence Bureau on it,
Okay.
etc., etc. So there's a lot of other things going on other than me just sitting here right now. Yeah.
That's all on the look there. Thank you.
He believed the man sending the messages might be dealing with serious mental health issues. And he's clear about this. Mental illness doesn't excuse harmful behavior, but it does.
This man threatening my family. I had the inkling that he may be suffering from mental illness. That doesn't make it less dangerous. Sometimes it can make it more dangerous. He's unpredictable. He's being used, he's being manipulated.
Way more dangerous. When you see him at the end, maybe you won't feel the same way, but I mean, the optics of dealing with, all you know is that he is mentally ill, absolutely terrifying. I would have put my family in a safe house. Lord knows what kind of moves Tommy has to make because of shit like this. And this is just everyday life for him, unfortunately. God bless the EDL. I wish I can't remember the other one he started. I really am. I'm so impressed with him that I'm trying to learn everything he's accomplished.
That's what I believed at the time. He's being used, he's being manipulated, he's being wound up to go on a killing spree. Right now, Ali Dow has banding innocent people's addresses around with this individual who wants to go and kill everybody. Okay? Massive concern for me. Huge concern. Now, if we look at previous cases over the last 12 to 18 months, we had an 85-year-old grandmother beheaded in her garden by a Muslim suffering from mental health issues, screaming Allah Akbar. We've seen the Leytonstone tube attack, where a man come out stabbing everyone, trying to kill them, while shouting Allah Akbar. Apparently, he was suffering from mental illness. We've seen in Russell.
Tell me you hear the most dangerous conflation. I got a chill. I got a literal chill. My heart skipped a beat. Why the fuck do I feel emotional? First off, a grandma being what was done to her, that's awful. But I hear something very dangerous being described here, and maybe I don't have the words all put together, but if the powers that be are trying to deliver the message that it's mental illness and that's everywhere and there's nothing that can be done about it. Okay, so let's mix the unpredictability of mental illness with complete zealotry and the belief that in the pursuit of battle or dying in that pursuit in the afterlife, it is heaven and the 72, all of that bullshit with a mentally ill mind. My God. We need a level of preparedness. The American people of the world need to know that what that religion is selling and the radicals that are manipulating others to doing their bidding, that we're ready for this shit. Because I don't like anything about what I just heard. And hearing these little actions that, of course, they don't get such a widespread report. They're screaming, Allah Akbar. That's what they're screaming as they do these acts of violence. This is the religion of peace. This is the one you're called an Islamophobe if you dare call those actions barbaric. Fuck PC culture. It will literally kill us.
Russell Square in London, probably wouldn't have heard of many of these instances. Russell Square in London, where a Somalian Muslim had gone on a rampage, stabbing 7 random people in a park, murdering an American tourist while shouting Allah Akbar. That actual individual had gone to the mosque in the morning.
Did we hear anything about this? I don't know what year. This is not Tommy's channel, so I can't rely on when this was done. That's alarming. An American was taken out by a crazy Muslim screaming Allah Akbar, ended his life. I don't recall hearing too much about this. But then again, I don't know when that was. Shame. I should have heard that and been like, oh yeah, I should know that fucking American's name. All the victims' names should be recognized. Unfortunately, in the world that we're in, it's always the perpetrator, or, God forbid, the perpetrator is inundated with sympathy. Oh, they were mentally ill. They didn't have the resources, catch and release. Yeah, keep voting blue in America. Keep doing that catch and release shit. No bond pay nonsense.
So, hearing all these voices to kill people, and rather than ring mental health or ring the police, they said prayers for him to Allah. And he then went on a...
These are all past incidents where warning signs were visible but not acted on quickly enough, leading to information about the
things he's quoting is to do with his religion. I then look in and find things out about him, and I find out that he goes to the mosque every single day. Mitcham Mosque.
So, earlier, if you were here, you got to see Tommy Robinson reach out to the powers that be, the police, and report everything and do the appropriate process, right? Nothing happens on that end. He was told to trust the system, trust the process. This one-man army, this legend, he's got connections. I know in my heart he's got people in the precinct that or Scotland Yard, whatever the case, they want to do right by him, and they know the process will fail him. They know the politically correct government. Oh God, isn't your premier or whoever isn't he a Muslim? Like, I know I sound Islamophobic, and I'm not apologizing for it. The burden of me downplaying these kinds of acts, it's not there. Okay, it's the great silent majority of the so-called moderate Muslims to condemn these actions. The stonings that you all perpetrate, the honor killings, take the ones that are making the entirety of your 1.9 billion people, take them and make examples of them. Publicly denounce them. No more of this fucking bullshit. Prayers for them?
I then pay a reward, and I find out where he lives and his real name, all of which I give to the police right here, right now, in that meeting.
No, thank you. No.
And his name there is... This is another Facebook, but then I found... So these are different Facebook profiles. That's the one he's using to threaten me. Now, when I've looked through, he went to high school. Now,
did all the cops' homework for them. All of their homework. The shame. It is insane to me that there is no reporter affiliate or outlet, no news agency that's these motherfuckers' faces are blurred, not holding them to account. Like, hey, massive fail. Here's one of Britain's most beloved, and this is Britain's Charlie Kirk. Holy shit, this is the UK's Charlie Kirk. Look how they handle him like he ain't shit.
Now, when I've looked up kids that went to school with that name, I found... So, before his name, which makes sense with the card, that's his real name. I done all of their job for them. Prior to sitting down and meeting with them, I found out and paid a reward to find out who the man was, where he lived, his real identity. They've got the evidence, as you can see. It's clear as day. He's threatening to murder and kill. That's a serious crime. All they have to do is go and pick him up.
And then, rather than waiting, he made the decision to meet the person in public. Not to confront him aggressively, not to provoke him, but to see who he really...
I had to do the police's job, which is what we done yesterday for them. So, yesterday morning, it's the man's name, his address, where he lives. That's where he lives over there.
So a day's gone by.
Homework accomplished. A+. Already, he found out his school, his job, his friends, his family, his affiliations, who was manipulating him, and actually, he names a name to corroborate a theory. Tommy Robinson did everything. He went full Batman on this motherfucker, and every motherfucker like him.
I then have a duty, so I then decide to do whatever I need to do to protect my family and make sure that this man is taken off of our streets.
Down. Get out. Yeah. Have you got mental health issues?
Yeah.
Right, so you're talking about killing my kids. How have I found you before the police have found you?
How have I got you here before the police have found you? Where are you running to me? I'm not going to hurt you. I'm not going to hurt you. You're threatening to murder my children, bruv. I'm not going to hurt you.
Remember how we saw this exact individual. Remember how we saw him and all the vile things he said. I can't believe it. Like, he was gonna chew up his mother's you know what. Disgusting shit. And we get the fucking point. So let's juxtapose that image to how he really is. That was all when he had a script to feed off of. When he had voices in his ear. This is who this kid really is.
Okay? If I want to hurt you, I'd already hurt you.
Okay.
I'm not going to hurt you. You're threatening to murder my children. How do you think, brother, if you've got mental health issues, you need help, bruv. If that's the case, if you're standing in front of me now, yeah? Are you going to come to my house and hurt my family?
No.
So why are you saying it, kid?
Someone keep brainwashing.
Someone's
The contrast was striking. The person behind
God bless Tommy Robinson, truly, to show this grace and restraint and mercy.
made it clear he wasn't there to harm him. He simply
I got that from YouTube, actually. Someone said he'll kill someone and take his
merchandise, like some Islamic.
Have an arm wrestle.
Can you have an arm wrestle? See, mate. Look, listen,
Friendly
bro.
one. Friendly one.
Friendly one. Look.
Oh my God.
Look.
I can
Look, son, I can see.
Yeah.
See, I'm meeting you now, and I know there's no danger to my family. Yeah.
Okay, I'll protect you. I'll protect
You
you.
protect me. So Ali Dow, talk to me. So Ali Dow was brainwashed her.
It seems this online troll acted from whatever he were the consequence.
Passing a new address around. The same man that gave an innocent family's address out last week. The same man that's had a complete campaign to put where I live and find where I live. That's who's been brainwashing him. This is
Ali Dawa. This is someone that's been trying to end Tommy Robinson's life in every shape and form with multiple different characters, and he's still out and about and free. I don't understand that at all.
dangerous.
I mean, it looked like online hatred, but a closer examination reveals it's more like manipulation.
Arm wrestling match, me and you.
Afterwards we will.
We'll have an arm wrestling match afterwards. So yesterday morning I went to your officers. They told me they've got 4 different units on this. They've got cyber, they've got intel, they've got CID, they've got all these groups. They're all operating to make sure my family is safe. I've come to find him because I don't trust you. To protect my family.
You've come to find.
I've come to find him. So I've waited outside his house. I've seen him come out for his first
Oh, I'm sorry that the bass is so crazy. Just this is the closing part. Then there's one piece of a debate I want to show.
prayers, and I've come over to assess myself if he's a danger to my kids, because I've got, as I said, all the evidence is there. He's making videos, putting videos online saying, I'm going to kill you, Tommy Robinson, I'm going to kill your wife, I'm going to kill your kids. And I can't believe that I'm standing here. I've had to come to London to find him, that no one's arrested him. And he doesn't need arresting, he needs sectioning. He's mentally unwell.
21. Male contributing.
So here, I'll give you the abridged conclusion. Tommy Robinson gave a vow, exchanged all the information he could with the individual who was manipulated and used, and offered his resources to help him with his clear mental instability. And what is both beautiful and frustrating is that this is the kind of grace. I'm not trying to glaze any one religion, but this is the kind of grace I see from Christianity. It is. I'll blame my own bias when it comes to me looking at Islam. I'm Islam fatigue. I've got no other term for it. There's a couple things, but I want to hone in on one, and there's not too much time I want to take. This is a real fun one. Sorry, you guys can say, holy shit. That's not nudity, by the way. Thank God for that. It's a really skimpy bikini. Okay. There's this Jewish guy who has studied the Quran, and he goes around schooling Muslims with their own verses. It's amazing. So much stuff that I've been collecting. Facts cause meltdown. Muslim convert defends Islam in front of bridge. Oh, okay. This is the one I'm going to pick. There's a lot more. Woody, I hope so. I hope it's. I hope you mean regarding all of the shit that we are all so fed up seeing, and it's fueled and it's funded. Some of you, if you at all look in the same circles or algorithm that I do, you know who this legend is, Bridget Gabrielle. She's the one, I've been repeating her over and over. She's the one I learned the statistics from, the 15 to 25%, the 1.9 billion, because she uses historical facts to make that point. So let me see. Oh boy. Let me get to the important point. There's just a buildup. I'm going to get to just the student that asked the question and her response, and all the filler. I'm going to pass all of that by. There's so much I have. There's another Islamic convert. He turned his back on Muhammad, so he's an apostate, and there's they want to end him. He goes to the Oxford. I forget where, some Oxford debate area that's immensely respected, and the heckling, the outright calls, and vulgarity. Like, these are the people we're dealing with when confronted with the things that they know is preached and true according to their holiest of books. But if you're a kafir and you're not apologizing or defending it or pushing it, heckles, jeers, and violence.
100 million people dedicated to the destruction.
American Muslim, I would like to think that I'm not that irrelevant.
On June 16, 2014, a public panel became the stage for one of the most...
All right, so here's where I'm going to skip because I want to get to... All right, here we go. Just want to get to where it's necessary. No reason to... You guys can support all... Here, unfiltered debates, just in case.
University. I am here to ask you a simple question. I know that we portray Islam and all Muslims as bad, but there's 1.8 billion.
By the way, important context. This speaking event happened very shortly after what happened in Benghazi. So remember that. Listen to how she chooses to present the question, and then just the perfect retort.
Million Muslim followers of Islam. We have 8 million plus Muslim Americans in this country, and I don't see them represented here. But my question is, how can we fight an ideological war with weapons? How can we ever end this war? The jihadist ideology that you talk about, it's an ideology. How can you ever win this thing if you don't address it ideologically?
Frank?
Saba Ahmed opened her question.
Great question. I am so glad you're here, and I am so glad you brought that up because it gives us an opportunity to answer. What I find so amazing is since the beginning of this panel, which we are here about Benghazi attack against our people, not one person mentioned Muslims. We are here against Islam, or we're launching war against...
Bridget Gabriel's reply was immediate and 100% of...
about most Muslims, not us. And since you brought it up, allow me to elaborate with my answer. There are 1.2 billion Muslims in the world today. Of course, not all of them are radicals. The majority of them are peaceful people. The radicals are estimated to be between 15 to 25%, according to all intelligence services around the world. That leaves 75% of them peaceful.
She emphasized that this figure, even if not a majority, represents the patterns in it.
When they used to say, we hate you, we don't like you, we want to take over your country, we want to create a base from which to fight Israel, kill the Jews, and throw them into...
How many converts is necessary? People that lived their lives under the tutelage of Muhammad, the Quran, and all that. How many of them need to come out of that cult, that barbaric, antiquated, dark ages laden cult, and tell us exactly what they believed, experienced, and practiced? At some point, you're speechless. There's no answers. There's no excuse.
The sea. And they were able to do it.
From the river to the sea, by the way. A lot of you liberals out there think that's a cute fucking saying on TikTok. In Arab, it means something much different, and I think she's about to explain exactly what it means.
Because we didn't believe they actually meant it. We buried our heads in the sand, pretending if we ignore the problem, it'll go away. And by the time we woke up, it was too late.
It translates from the river to the river to every Arab. Basically, it's all over the world. The entire world must be conquered by all Arab Muslims. That is more of a direct. That's exactly what it's saying, essentially. Not verbatim, but that's the true message. It's not just from the river to the sea, we will be free. Nope. Bullshit propaganda, and it's been, cutesied up a little bit. So the college kids in America don't know what they're really fucking saying. But that's in Arabic. She explains it. I don't know if I skipped over it.
I ended up coming out of the bomb shelter and back to rebuilding my life. At the age of 20, I moved to Israel and I became news anchor for world news in the Middle East, covering world events and talking about world events. And that was in the 80s, from 1984 till 1989. And as I read the news night after night about terrorist activities happening around the world, I started realizing there was a pattern developing. The name of the perpetrators were always Islamic: Ahmed, Muhammad, Hussein, Ali. The name of the victims were always Westerners, Christians and Jews: Terry Waite, Terry Anderson, Colonel Higgins, the Achille Laura, the TWA flights, the Pan Am flights, and I can go on and on. As a matter of fact, in my first book titled Because They Hate, I have pages upon pages where I list all the attacks against the West, where America hit the snooze button and went back to sleep because we did not believe what our enemies were saying.
Simple question. I don't know if this is a critique. Maybe it is. Why isn't President Trump talking to individuals like this? Am I mistaken here? I know right now, Venezuela, right? All the shit going on in Minneapolis, Somalia is a symptom of this fucking problem, by the way. And it's also been conflated with the Democrats. I don't know if there's any Republicans that have been busted. Fuck them if they have. Get them out on the on the spotlight. Let's get them accountable. All government officials have somehow benefited by working with this echelon of Somalia Islamists to perpetrate fraud for not real Americans, just corrupt fuckers in politics and Somali Muslims. To me, not a single real American, and not that I want them to have any benefit from fucking fraud, okay? But I want to see real Americans get this shit exposed and everybody involved actually be held accountable. I don't want, what is his name? Tim fucking whatever Wentz. I want to see something more than him stepping down happen. Is that a fucking pipe dream? Can Trump make that one of his pivotal issues? We gotta have a sense of something being done more than how they've been treating a lot of shit. And then we have just this flash in the pan shit with the woman in the car in Minneapolis, and we're all going to be fucking focused on that. Meanwhile, we have this conquering the world.
And I learned very quickly that what I used to think was a regional problem between a majority Islamic Middle East trying to either kill or expel the minority Christians and Jews had become a worldwide problem. But the
fuck you, Tim Waltz.
world was not paying attention. The world was not connecting the dots. The world lacked imagination. And isn't this exactly what the 9/11 Commission report said to us? We lacked imagination.
According to her calculation, even if 75% of Muslims are peaceful, the remaining 25%, which she estimated to be between 180 million and 300 million people, constitute a force large enough to pose an existential threat to Western civilization if motivated by ideological hostility.
Of the world Muslim population, you're looking at
All right, back to the student's question.
180 million to 300 million people dedicated to the destruction of Western civilization. That is as big of the United States. So why should we worry about the radicals, 15 to 25%? Because it is the radicals that kill, because it is the radicals that behead and massacre. When you look throughout history, when you look at all the lessons of history, most Germans were peaceful, yet the Nazis drove the agenda. And as a result, 60 million people died, almost 14 million in concentration camps, 6 million were Jews. The peaceful majority were irrelevant. When you look at Russia, most Russians were peaceful as well. Yet the Russians were able to kill 20 million people. The peaceful majority were irrelevant. When you look at China, for example, most Chinese were peaceful as well. Yet the Chinese were able to kill 70 million people. The peaceful majority were irrelevant. When you look at Japan prior to World War II, most Japanese were peaceful as well. Yet Japan was able to butcher its way across Southeast Asia, killing 12 million people, mostly killed with bayonets and shovels. The peaceful majority were irrelevant. On September 11th in the United States, we had 2.3 million Arab Muslims living in the United States. It took 19 hijackers.
Can you guys hear the student that asked that question just getting smaller, smaller, and smaller? And that hijab of hers till you can't see her anymore? I can.
19 radicals to bring America down to its knees, destroy the World Trade Center, attack the Pentagon, and kill almost 3,000 Americans that day. The peaceful majority were irrelevant.
Her argument centered on a core claim: danger is not determined by participation.
As big of the United States. So why should we worry about the radicals, 15 to 25%? Because it is the radicals that kill. Because it
Instead, they were driven by organized ideological.
And as a result, 60 million people died. Almost, you look at China, for
Civilian non-participation.
United States.
We're going to get to the end of this.
We had 2.3 million Arab Muslims living in the United States. It took 19 hijackers, 19 radicals to bring America down to its knees, destroy the World Trade Center, attack the Pentagon, and kill almost 3,000 Americans that day. The peaceful majority were irrelevant.
And of course, communist China, where policies.
Save the applause till the end.
Anyone want to guess how this student with a job, just not completely helpless and in a position to be enlightened, practicing Muslim woman, so already, she's accepted that she's a second-class citizen herself. How will she respond?
Peaceful nature of
American, you're an American citizen. So as an American citizen, you sat in this room, and instead of standing up and saying a question or asking something about our 4 Americans that died and what our government is doing to correct the problem, you stood there to make a point about peaceful, moderate Muslims. I wish you brought 10 with you to question about how we can hold our government responsible. It is time we take political correctness and throw it in the garbage where it belongs and stop calling it state.
From this perspective, she concluded that the existence of a peaceful majority
Country. And a lot of you.
work, one that
Do really hope.
active blame.
All right,
Her
now here is finally the response. There's a lot of filler.
Concern centered on how narratives shape public perception and policy, and how entire communities can be stigmatized by association.
For your responses. And I do really hope that other Muslims will start showing up at these conservative forums. But, as a peaceful American Muslim, I would like to think that I'm not that irrelevant. I'm just as much an American, and I'm very deeply saddened about the lives that were lost in Libya. And I hope that we will find justice for their families. But I don't think that this war can ever be won by just the military. You have to address them. You have to bring Muslims to the table to address this.
I think
So
everyone
thank you.
agrees that it can't be run just militarily, and I think that everyone has said that. You tell me who the head of the Muslim peace movement is?
I guess it's me right now, so
Yeah.
thank you.
Bridget Gabriel.
That's a fucking terrifying mic drop moment right there. Can you tell me who the head of, all things Islam and what actions are perpetrated, where that person is, so I can ask on on behalf of all of us trying to live somewhat of a holy life or a peaceful one at that? No? Oh, because you're the only one fucking here. And that was cutesy, but fucking pitiful. I'm so not relieved that at the end of all of that, she has to say, I hope I'm not irrelevant. Woman, you are one person that showed up to a conservative event to talk about the necessary things after the attack in Benghazi. You were one Muslim person that was in that audience. You are sadly, terrifyingly, absolutely irrelevant. It's barely a show of good faith. Now, what are you going to do? It's on you. It's on her and all of the so-called moderate, peaceful Muslims to go and hold the radicals accountable or make it harder for them to continue to do and operate as they do. Using civilians as targets, burrowing tunnels under them, everything they fucking do, every evil act they do within our borders and outside of our borders. So I don't know about anybody else, although I have a pretty high level of confidence that we see everything for what it is, and we're pretty fucking tired of the status quo and any political correctness. I know where I stand. I know who my enemies are. And I have no qualms. I don't cry. I'm not in conflict that I feel, oh my God, they're going to call me racist. They're going to call me Islamophobic or this, that, or the other. No. Fuck that. Because if I do, then I surrender any ability to become someone who's able to defend themselves, their family, their country. I want to see more action. I want to see more Tommy Robinsons, and I'm on that path for myself, my own peace of mind. Any of you have anything close to links for other people, speakers, movements? I went through just the tip of the iceberg of the stuff that I have at the ready so I can continue to educate. I'm this close to starting to read and decipher passages in the Quran so I know my enemy all the better. Because you can debate them, and when you use their own shit against them, that's why when I mentioned earlier, I follow a Jewish man who learned and memorized the Quran. He found verses where it literally says Israel belongs to the Jews. Moses said it was so, and so did Muhammad, and it's all there. I have that video, but for another time. Thank you for sticking this. I don't know, this rant that's been building up in me for over the span of I don't know how long. Feels like all my life at this point. Thanks, Woody, Stiff. I see you, brother. Sir Jackie. You are welcome, by the way. This channel, Stuck in the Middle. Anybody that wants to say something, we have open phone lines. We got panels. You can email me or leave a comment. We can get you involved. They just enjoy playing victim. They sure do, don't they? While making victims. To claim all the free benefits that comes with it. We have too many radicals here in the UK. And climbing here in the US, mind you. But Starmer treats them better than the English people. We're heading in the same directions with Democrats. It's terrifyingly the truth. Mortifyingly, depressingly the truth, Ringo. Mandani and Trump were buddy on the TV in the White House. I'm eager and equally scared to see what the future holds. But I know where I stand at the very least, and for some, that's a hell of a lot more than they have. God bless one and all, each of you. Thank you for listening to my voice, and you can count on catching me again here sporadically, probably sooner than later, and Stuck in the Middle will be returning, I think, probably tomorrow or Tuesday. So please, Stuck in the Middle show, Stuck in the Middle podcast, or go to my community posts. You'll see us there. Salute. God bless.